Okay guys, it's Tim here from cleverbodybuilding.com, and today we're going to talk to you about the importance of fats in your diet. And this is for bodybuilders, alright? This is important. If you don't have fats in your diet for bodybuilders, you're not going to grow muscle as well as you should. So listen, this is important. Second most neglected element in your diet as a bodybuilder is more than likely fats. Not a lot of people even put any notice into fats. And if you don't have fats in your diet, you're not going to build muscle. If you don't have fats in your diet, full stop, you will basically die. All right? So if you don't have alpha linoleic acid and linoleic acid in your body, you won't even breathe. You will not be able to breathe. It's important in the role of breathing. All right? So this is how important fats are. Basically, if you can survive on fats and you can survive on protein. Okay, if you don't have any carbs in your diet, you'll still survive because you can make carbs from protein in a system called the Krebs cycle. We talked about that in carbs and proteins. Okay, in the real world, Eskimos don't have the word toothache in their language. Why is that? Because basically, rotten teeth are caused by carbs and sugars. All right, bacteria grow on sugar. All right, so they don't have sugars or carbs in their diet. They have fish, they have seals, they eat bears, all right? They basically eat protein and fats, and they survive for thousands of years like this. So that's why fats are important in your diet, all right? So we'll go back to bodybuilding now. So when you're dieting for a bodybuilding show, for a cut to get lean, a lot of people actually cut a lot of their fats out, too much out. And again, relating to what we just talked about, that can be quite dangerous. All right, you need your systems working properly, especially to lose fat. And it's pretty hard to lose fat to the extreme we need to get to. All right, so never go below 5% fat for sure. 5% fat is where you really start getting unhealthy. I would always keep it safe, and when you're dieting, 10% fat would be your limit. Never go below that, okay? When we're bulking for growth, when we're growing, we would never go above, I would say, 20% because we'd probably end up being too fat, all right? So it's a fine balance, okay? But I would say 20% for bulking is more than adequate enough to help you grow. Even if we wanted to cut all the fats out of our diet, it's hard to, especially when we eat protein, because proteins generally come with fats with them. It just happens. Even if you're eating the leanest meats, you're going to have fat in there. All right, so you are going to get some fats from there. And if you're eating eggs, you can get some good fats from the yolks, etc. But generally, good practice for a bodybuilder would be to make sure you have the full spectrum of fatty acids in your system. And I'm just going to go over the three main things which will help you in supplementing this. Okay, number one would be extra virgin olive oil, right? All we need to do is have 2 dessert spoons a day, and cold as well, all right? So you can have it, drink it. A lot of people have Udo's oil, things like that, but I just have extra virgin olive oil, 2 spoons a day. Done. You can put it on your salad if you wish, okay, but I make sure I get all of it in, all right? Be careful not to heat this up, because if you heat it up, you're going to get denatured, and therefore it's going to turn to a saturated fat. We'll talk about saturated fats in a sec, all right? That and evening primrose oil and omega-3 fatty acids, fish oils, they are the 3 main supplements you'll be taking. Okay, so 2 spoons of extra virgin olive oil cold, that covers it. We can talk about evening primrose oil. Personally, I have one of these a day. Okay, there she is, and that's 1,500 milligrams of evening primrose oil. That's going to contain your gamma-linoleic acid, which is 5 fatty acids together, and that is important because if you don't have that, you can't utilize fatty acids properly in your body, and it also contains linoleic acid as well. So you're going to breathe properly, okay, like we talked about before. Next is your omega-3 fatty acids. So when you get old like me, over 30, your body actually stops making omega fatty acids yourself. So we need to take them in. So you can eat fish, all right? You can eat fatty fish, but a lot of people, especially in the UK, don't really eat fish very much. So easiest way is just supplementing it. And 3 of these a day, 1 for breakfast, 1 for lunch, 1 for tea, and that will cover your omega fats, okay? So that's not your omega fats, it's your EPAs and your DHAs as well. All right. So that covers your supplementation use of fats. That will complete your fats in your diet so you'll be able to build muscle. Remember again, saturated fats are probably not the best thing to have, if you want, especially if you want to keep lean. Saturated fats basically are used for energy. And if they're not used instantly, they'll be stored as energy. And that means you'll be storing body fat. So be careful what you eat. I mean, bodybuilders, we're supposed to be getting big and lean. We're not supposed to be getting big and massively fat. All right, if we do that, that means we've got to get it off when we bodybuild and we show. And that's one of the hardest aspects. Okay, so you need to stay away from meats which are high in saturated fats, especially when they're cooked, like, you know, burgers, etc. You need to stay away from crisps. You need to stay away from chips, really. Okay, obviously now and again it's not too bad, but if you're eating these day in, day out as part of your diet, especially when you're bulking, you're going to have trouble getting that fat off when you're cutting, okay? So that's just a little bit of word of advice to you. All right, guys, that is fat in a nutshell. I'll see you for the next video soon. Bye, guys.